Hey everyone, we are Best Team, and our goal is to design a comprehensive personal finance system called Integral Finance. Our research has shown that many teenagers and young adults want to improve their financial situation, but feel like they lack the financial literacy or resources to do so. To help with this, our app is designed to help users budget their expenses, create savings goals, invest their money, and facilitate donations to charities. Over the last few weeks, we have conducted research and user testing to improve our understanding of the problem space. Our app targets a few key demographics: young professionals that have some savings, overspenders that want to cut down on their expenditure, people that want to try out investing for the first time, people that find finances overwhelming to manage, and people that want to donate more. Other stakeholders include the banks and brokers that will form the backbone of our system, charities for us to steer donations towards, and the Australian Charities and Not-for-Profits Commission to make sure we're meeting our legal obligations. Previous investigations highlighted that additional background research into security and gamification was needed. For security, early research found a multitude of pre-existing practices and guidelines for mobile finance applications, discussed at greater length in our report. These guidelines include the handling of user data, security and legal obligations, and ethical considerations. We also looked into user perceptions of mobile security, finding that most users operated on a trust principle, meaning it will be important for our app to not only be secure, but to appear secure. We discovered some possible design considerations and a set of guidelines to consider when designing our application. Further research was conducted into gamification, informing the design of different intensity models. The game Tripletown uses a city building idea, whose progression system was analysed for its relevance to our application. The physical process we've been using to develop our conceptual model has changed over time. Originally, the conceptual model was purely based on research in key topic areas. While this worked, it left us with many open-ended questions about how the user interacts with our product. We have since designed a better, more user-focused process which synthesizes all of our research and user feedback into a constant, looping process after each survey, interview, and research task. As a result, this produces a clearer and more user-centric conceptual model.
We revised our conceptual model within the savings component from feedback gathered from a design walkthrough and interviews. We found that the majority of users liken towards a categorical view of expenditure on both a fortnightly and weekly overview of their budget. To satisfy user needs, we decided to include flexible options for users to view their expenditure and budget overview. We also found that users were unaware of complex budgeting techniques. Hence, we decided on the option for basic and advanced budgeting methods accompanied by a Learn More page for saving money into the conceptual model. The final significant revision was from the design walkthrough interviews. 100% of participants preferred third-party applications to be linked rather than their functions be implemented within the application. Given this high cognitive load on users, we altered the conceptual model to include links to other apps for saving money on groceries, fuel, insurance, and credit cards. In the investment section, some concerns arose from participants in the functionality survey in relation to automatically investing the money for the users. To meet user needs, the functionality was changed to an opt-in, opt-out function, which is up to the user to select. Similarly, participants were split on whether the application contained functionality for automated stop-loss. This was also an opt-in, opt-out type addition to the conceptual model. Almost all participants had a general consensus on the remaining features, including a like towards investing based on risk profile and an educational component of how investing works, whilst a strong dislike of comparing their portfolio performance to other users was found. The feedback gathered about possible features for the donation component of the application included the majority of respondents agreeing with the features of information about charities' donation histories and update about their charity after their donation. The features of an average user donation and the app donating on their behalf wasn't well received. Hence, the average user donation feature was removed, and a clear distinction was made to the users that the app doesn't donate on their behalf. We also found that most people were unaware of how using their donation history can yield tax claim benefits. Thus, we decided it would be a good idea to explain the tax benefits of donating.
So now we move on to our plan and errors investigation. So firstly, we want to explore how users' money will flow through our system. A few key ideas have been proposed and user testing is in progress to determine which is best suited to our users. To provide an insight into gamification design, we will construct prototypes with different gamification elements, using user testing to gauge user response to gamification intensity, further informing our conceptual model. Our current approach has been to include all useful features. Before handing to the build team, we want to spend time reflecting on our research to distill a minimum viable product. Finally, decisions need to be made regarding how our system would be monetized. In response to feedback, this decision has been made to be deferred as it will have minimal influence on our conceptual model. Thanks for listening to Best Team's presentation. I now invite you to provide any feedback or questions you may have. Thanks.